Ladies, young ladies, and gentlemen, good evening to all. Once again, you are welcome here on the Tribune of Awakening Consciousness. So, this is the headline of international news. It's being talked about everywhere. The world is overwhelmed by this decision that America has just made, that Donald Trump has just made regarding Ukraine. To be honest, the American president has decided to destroy the Ukrainian army. He's really playing the role that Russia should play. He has recently made decisions that are truly catastrophic regarding Ukraine, but as if all this were not enough. The famous F-16 planes, for which Zelensky went to great lengths. He pleaded with America until Joe Biden gave his approval. The F-16s, for which his own wife went to the US Congress to plead so that these F-16s could be made available to them. The F-16s arrived from the middle of 2024. The Netherlands also sent F-16s. So those F-16s are the F-16s for which the United States has just suspended their support. They have stopped all collaboration in terms of intelligence provision, in terms of technical assistance, aeronautical assistance on all levels. And the Western world, with Mao Zedong, is astonished. The world is wondering what is really happening. Ladies and gentlemen, in this video conference, this is what we are going to discuss. So, as usual, before continuing, I urge you to share the video conference as widely as possible in all groups and give it many likes. I always insist on this because it gives visibility to the video conference. There you go. So, according to the official information we are receiving, the American administration has done everything. It has done everything it can to destroy the Ukrainian army. Today, March 9th, 2025, the American army has stopped supporting the Ukrainian F-16s. Donald Trump's team has ordered the cessation of vital support for the combat aircraft jamming system, Ukrainian F-16s. They gave the order and it was executed. So, what needs to be remembered is that before being delivered, the aircraft was upgraded with an LK-131 pods and others. Thus, their ability to counter Russian threats was high. So America had upgraded the F-16s before sending them. And this upgrade, as we mentioned earlier, allows to stop the Russian fighter jets, because the Russians have types of aircraft that are very strong, very powerful. So these F-16s still played a significant role, even though many of them were destroyed by Russia. But now the jamming system that these F-16s have, which allows them to counter Russian fighter jets, is the system that is no longer operational. And the Ukrainians cannot first imagine that for the F-16s, even before America agreed, the Joe Biden administration agreed to send them, they had set a condition. Ukrainian soldiers must be sent to the United States of America to be trained in piloting and handling the F-16s. They went to undergo the training. They returned, and here is the result. So the United States deactivated these systems, the enhanced systems. They deactivated everything. And this puts Ukrainian pilots in danger. Because when you are in the air, what can allow you to scramble the tracks so that other fighters don't see you is deactivated. Yet it's a system incorporated. How will these Ukrainian pilots manage? So, well, today, let's see. Today, we have that the Westerners are accusing the United States of America of betrayal. They say they have betrayed. According to several observers and several European officials, the United States of America will have to bear the weight of history and the betrayal of Ukraine, the blood of the Ukrainian people on their hands. Here is what they say. In truth, what Donald Trump is doing, he is showing the way to the Westerners. You see, Donald Trump said that he wants to quickly move towards peace. They said no. Donald Trump said, we have the cards in hand. You do not have the cards in hand. They said the opposite. And so, to demonstrate that he truly has the cards in hand, Donald Trump is taking action. About 48 hours ago, they stopped sharing intelligence with the Ukrainians. So the Ukrainian army is now blind on the ground. So you understand that it's not for nothing that Russia is reclaiming territories like never before. Is America doing this to allow America to negotiate later with Russia and obtain certain rare earths? Or what is really the intention? Is it simply revenge? Following the attitudes adopted, and there, first by the European Union during their famous meeting on the 6th. Then the catastrophic attitude of Zelensky. Is it because of all this that Donald Trump is acting this way? The question remains open. The question remains open. But the main answer we can have is that in the line of sight, we have an American president who no longer wants the conflict in Ukraine, but who is somehow misunderstood. People do not understand him, and people do not want to understand him. So he too is pulling the levers at his disposal. And as he stirs things up a bit, it is noticeable. But this time he has gathered things significantly, because this is another level. So tomorrow, what is the decision? Again, what decision will he make? There is a meeting that is scheduled. I believe it will be on March 11th in Riyadh, if I'm not mistaken, between American delegations and Volodymyr Zelensky's delegation. Well, Zelensky himself is supposed to be there. But he said he will come, he will stop by, and then he will leave his delegation to discuss, negotiate. So, the situation is becoming very, very complicated. The F-16s. They have given up. So, here is the situation Ukraine is facing. We'll see what happens in the next 24 hours, because right now, Russia is advancing. On the ground. So, ladies and gentlemen, here is what he had to say about this news that I ask you to share as much as possible. That was the voice of your one and only Samurai.